I've been in your waters. I know I came for sure. I've never been so close before. It's one way or the other.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to UGUE Brothers Vlogs. So it's about midnight and I got this crazy idea. Well, actually Rob and I had this crazy idea to do these videos on our vlog channel that you're watching right now. And these videos are going to show where we came from, a little narration, a little history of the places before, a little history of the places to show you guys. Ooh, what the So anyway, I'm standing in an abandoned I'm standing in a parking lot of an abandoned Target store, and I'm pretty sure there's like people that hang out back there because I keep hearing crap. Oh. Alright. Goosebumps everywhere, guys. Goosebumps everywhere. Anyway, the video that I'm showing you tonight is a video that Rob and I shot at an abandoned country club. This is when we first started. This is like maybe the fifth or sixth video we ever had created. And we were very innocent, naive at that time. You know, we talked about the place and didn't realize that, you know, we not only put our full names in the video, we gave away the location of the place, and sadly to say, people came and vandalized it, and it's unrecognizable to this day. Extremely sad. But anyway, a little bit of the background before we get into this video here. Rob and I were new at this. This is the first video we went to at nighttime. We didn't film at nighttime, but we showed up at nighttime. In this video, we'll show that nighttime and daytime explore. And we went with our neighbor. Her name was Nicole, and she was like, "Ooh, I want to go on an urbex video with you guys." So we took her. What's crazy about this video is it may be one of the first videos we actually captured something that you could deem as paranormal in it. And sorry, I keep looking over my shoulder, guys. This place is freaky just standing here. I don't like it. I don't see, I have this big light on my face, and there could be somebody walking up behind me. I keep hearing stuff. And nobody would hear me scream out here, trust me. So anyway, I was telling you about the video, so I do apologize for getting sidetracked, but I always got my spidey senses going. Something tells me standing here doing this narration for this video, bad idea. At the same time, I don't know, kind of like it, so I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, we go there at night, and one of the things that we talk about in the video is how we're looking at a Christmas tree when we're doing this video at night through the window, and then you can see inside the place. You can see it's been untouched for years, and we're talking about this Christmas tree and how, wow, it must have closed around Christmas time. Anyway, the very next day we go do the video, and you notice the Christmas tree is the only thing moved, and it's in the next room. It's something we talked about the night before. So is that paranormal? I actually think it is. Why would somebody just go there and move the Christmas tree? Why was it the thing we talked about the night before, the only thing moved? So, I don't know. Strange coincidence? Maybe. Something else happened that night, and what it was is that Rob kept talking about, wow, this place looks like time stood still here. And ironically, that night before when he was talking about that, the very next day you'll see in this video as I narrate through, we go into the back of the country club, into the women's locker room, and the camera gets all distorted on the audio, and a voice says, "Time stands still here," like 2 or 3 times, but echoey. You'll see it, you'll witness it in this video. Now again, Rob and I at that time, we weren't ghost hunting, you know, we didn't really even think about it. It was just, we were mostly afraid of going in there and getting arrested, or going in there and like some maniac being in there, you know. And as you'll see in this video, we're apprehensive the whole time. We're very rigid. Although we're joking around, yeah, I could watch this video and I could see how rigid I was. And Rob did all the filming on this because at the time we only had one camera. It was a GoPro. The camera itself was good, but it was on like this stick and it made a lot of noise. So I do apologize in advance if the audio's not that great, if the visual's not that great. But to me, this video is dear to my heart. And a lot of people ask us, hey, where'd you guys come from? How'd you start this? Well, this is one of those videos that will show you how. Rob's working on some of them as well. So guys, let's have fun with this tonight. Always go strong. Let's watch this video. Peace. Music has always been such an important thing, I think, in videos. And this is one of the first videos that Rob and I incorporated music in as an introduction. And I remember we selected green sleeves because we thought it was such an artsy thing to do. I also remember how creeped out we were going through this parking lot at night and debating, are we going to really explore this place at night? But we inevitably decided to do it the next day. Now, you're about to see one of our first intros that we ever did as well, and we didn't really think about it, but we pretty much told everybody where the place is. Alright guys, welcome to another episode of Urban Ghost, Urban Exploration. Behind us we have an amazing find. This is the Spring Hill Golf Club, and as you can see, this building is vacant. Actually, we did a little history on this place and found out that it was built in 1969. Through the years it's had several owners. Last owner actually being in 2013 with plans to renovate this place. Unfortunately, funds fell through, and here this place lies vacant today. So we're gonna go check this place out. Thanks for coming to explore with us, and I hope you enjoy this video. Now what you see here is the back of the country club. We first entered the country club here, and at that time we only had one camera. Now Rob is doing all the filming, and notice we actually are wearing masks in this one. And I remember when we first went in there thinking, you know, how awesome it is to see all this stuff left behind. And I also remember being incredibly terrified, like somebody was going to jump out at us at any minute. Now, I also want to point out we are in the same room that we saw the Christmas tree the night before, but we really don't realize that it's not there yet. So we're just still kind of looking around. Definitely a lot of antiques in this place. It's really a tragedy to see what happened to this place after this video went out. People came and literally trashed it. I mean, there is some vandalism, as you can see. There's some golf clubs hanging from the ceiling. But if you also look around, there's some things that have never been touched at this point, like the books on the shelf, the fixtures on the table here. And I remember when we were in here, I was thinking, wow, how cool this was. It was like kind of like a historic thing for us, you know, like taking a look back in time. And I also want to remind you at this point, we weren't thinking about ghost hunting at all. We were just doing an Urbex video. Now, if you also notice in this room here, I walk in here, and I think I remember there was a bunch of trophies up in a display case. Yes, there are, to my left. And again, at this point, we're still just kind of looking around. Now, I can see myself right now how rigid and nervous I am. And it was such a creepy feeling, guys, to be honest with you. Now, I remember saying to Rob here, I said, look, we got to go down this hall, and I remember how scared I was. I mean, I was literally terrified walking into this hallway. And I kept thinking to myself, any minute somebody's going to jump out from behind the corner and get me. So if you notice, I kind of like the way I'm keeping my stance, how I'm kind of hunched over but leaning a little bit. I wanted to make sure that my footing was grounded in case somebody like came around the corner and attacked me. And again, this is one of our first videos, so we were going into this thinking, you know, the worst, like we could run into something horrible. And if you also notice, look at all the electronics that were left behind there, the computer screens and keyboards and all kinds of stuff. And that's all stuff from the 1990s. And I remember as I was walking around here, there's a bathroom to my right. And Rob's kind of panning around with the camera. Again, Rob was the only one filming at that time. And what you're about to see after we exit this locker room here is when we go into the women's locker room. And there's absolutely no lighting in there. We really didn't have adequate flashlights at this time. But as we enter here now, as you see the screen rolling up, giving a description of what happened. But remember, the night before I heard, well, Rob was talking about how time stands still here. Now watch this clip. I'm going to turn the audio up on this again. You'll hear a voice saying time stands still here, repeating what Rob said the night before.
Time clock stands here.
Unbeknownst to us, this whole time this is going on. Now we go into this next room here, and you can see the Christmas tree is lying on the floor. Now again, guys, that Christmas tree was in by the front door we were looking through the night before. As you'll see in this video, the only thing that appears to be moved, something we mentioned the night before. So I believe this to be one of our first paranormal experiences that we've ever had. Now notice these old laptops, guys. These somebody told us they're worth a lot of money. The sad thing is every single item in this place has either been stolen or smashed, and every wall has been torn down, and it's unbelievably destroyed. Now I also notice with both of us how rigid we are, how nervous we are. And it may not show in this video, but I can tell. We were very cautious with where we went, very cautious with what we did. We were very cognizant not to touch anything. But as you can see in this video, I mean, everything was there. Now if you look at some of the earlier videos, and other YouTubers as well have done this place, it is completely and totally annihilated. Looks like a bomb went off. I mean, it's done. Now, if you look at this room here, the only thing really damaged is like some papers on the floor, and everything else is intact. Literally 1 week later, Rob and I returned to this place, or 2 weeks later, something like that, and it was already destroyed. And like, take a look at this room, for example. Like, everything's still on the shelves, nothing seems to be moved. Crazy. I also remember, you know, when we were there, being excited. This was our first like real explore, and of a place that had everything left behind. Like, we were the first people to find this place and explore it. Now, what's funny about this is Rob's looking for me right now, but I already went outside to check by the truck because I thought I heard somebody out there. And I think Rob's walking around here saying, thinking I'm still in the building at this point. Now the safe, I think, is still in the building. I mean, it would be really hard to move that out of there. And there's a room to Rob's left, right there. Okay, now this room, we didn't realize it at the time, but behind the door that you see was an antique cash register. You know, the kind that you press the button and the little sign comes up, the little the little dollar figure and the numbers. So it was really, you know, the place was looted. And this is one of the reasons why we don't give away locations. Now, the scene you just seen with us walking away, we thought that was so artistic at that time, like us walking off and letting the camera fade. And we're heading back into where they keep all the, you know, the lawn equipment, the tools. And I remember thinking to myself, I was like, wow, this is crazy, because like, why would they leave all this expensive stuff here? And again, I could see, like, just looking at myself, exactly how cautious I really am. And I remember also this machine that you see here. It had this spinning wheel on it, and I remember thinking, man, you could really get injured on that thing. Like, I don't know what that actual machine does, but when that wheel spins, I mean, that'll take your arm off. I mean, it's pretty brutal looking. And as we're going through here, we're kind of laughing and kind of cutting up, and that's something I kept in all the videos. I always try to make them like as fun as possible. I still have the nervous laugh. Like, I'll always laugh in these videos. Like when when I'm nervous, I laugh. So we did laugh a lot that day. It's really kind of interesting looking back to kind of see where we came from to where we're going, and really gives you a really good perspective. And again, back at this time, we were not thinking at all about ghost hunting. So I would attribute this video to being the first video that we actually caught something paranormal. You know, that voice that copied Rob that said time stands still here. The Christmas tree moving. You know, it was almost like these spirits knew that we were showing up the next day and wanted to make a point of moving that Christmas tree to let them know, to let us know that, you know, in fact, they knew we were coming. Notice all the salon equipment. Extremely expensive stuff. All of it's gone. Or stripped down, which is really sad too. Now, from what I understand, the owner had passed away. This place was sold to a corporation. The corporation went under. But somewhere somebody owned this property. You know, real disgraceful to see what happened to it. Oh yeah, and so we're kind of joking around outside. I'm a little relieved at this point because we're out of the building. It seems like we overcame the scariest part of this place. And I remember us goofing off. I think I did some pull-ups here in a couple of minutes in this video. And again, we were making it fun. We were trying to tell our story about this place. Notice how everything seems untouched there. I mean, there probably were people there before us, but nothing was really damaged. Just some like papers and stuff like thrown about the place, you know. And we are the first people to come here, as far as I know. Now here I am. I'm actually I'm having fun, right? We're kind of, Rob and I probably just came out of the gym and went to this place. Obviously, it was a colder time in Florida. I have long sleeves on. And I'm giving Rob right now, I think I handed him the gun and said, hey Rob, please hold on to this gun. Now back then, we would take a gun when we would explore. And a lot of people said, oh, are you guys doing this because you're like, you're shooting ghosts? The real truth is that we wanted to have the gun on us. See, I'm handing him back the gun now. We wanted to have the gun on us because we really didn't know what we were going to run into. I mean, sometimes you can run into people who are cooking meth in these places. Sometimes, you know, you never know really what you can run into, and the gun was never to harm anybody. The gun was a bargaining chip. It is the great equalizer. If you have a gun on you, you can definitely negotiate your way out of a situation. Especially if you run into some like low-down people who are up to no good. And let's be honest, you really can. You know, you're on an abandoned property, you really don't know what's in there. However, we no longer bring the gun for many reasons, but one, it's you're not supposed to have a gun, even with a permit, while you're doing trespassing, for example. It makes it so much worse. So anyway, But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy this video. This is really where we started. This is the roots of what we've done. This video never really got a lot of views because it was one of our first videos. But it's something that we learned a lot from. We learned, one, never really to give a location away. Two, it was our introduction into things that were paranormal, made us start questioning what we were hearing in these places. And a lot of people may say to us, well, you know, what are you guys, you know, are you guys ghost hunters or not ghost hunters? The truth is I think the ghosts hunt us. Anyway, I'm talking here right now about how the Christmas tree was against that window the night before and how it's no longer there. And at this point, we don't realize what's on the audio, where we picked up a voice saying, you know, time stands still here. But anyway, this is the nighttime part of the video. And again, the Christmas tree is to the left of the store. You can see a little bit of it right there. Or when we go around front, maybe, I'm sorry. But anyway, this is us the night before looking at this place, and we were so creeped out. I mean, we were freaking out this whole time. All I could think of was, we're gonna get attacked by like a pack of coyotes. It was just scary. But anyway, here we are going to the front of the building, and this is the part, I believe, where I see the Christmas tree at that window.
Everything's still in there. It's like they just upped and left like 7 years ago and never came back.
Yeah.
I wonder
There's
what.
always a Christmas tree. There's always a freaking Christmas tree.
And it's right at the entrance. Right there.
There's always a Christmas tree.
They still have their leaderboard up.
You know, yep, the Christmas tree is to my left here, right behind that glass. And I'm talking about the Christmas tree, and the next day that very tree was in the next room.
God.
What?
Something covered and I thought it was...
Anyway, so, yep, there's the tree. You can actually see the tree.
Our first night shoot.
Here's us goofing off again. There's Ranger Danger. Actually, that was Rob's Ranger. Ironically enough, we both drove White Rangers at one time. And this is the night before where we were totally creeped out. We were debating, should we try to go in tonight or not? At this point, we agreed it would be best to come the next day. And I remember stepping on something and Rob laughing at me. I was wearing flip-flops and shorts. And again, we roll out again with music, green sleeves. The funny thing is, this is how innocent and naive we were. We actually use our real names in this, in the ending credits as they roll through. If you watch, here they come. Anyway, guys, I hope you really enjoyed this video. It was one of my favorite videos. I love narrating through this. I hope you enjoy it. Hope you love it. And if you like us doing this, please let us know, and we'll do more for you guys. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy this narration of this video. It is super, super fun to do. You know, it's always good to look at, you know, where you were, to see where you're going. And this video is spectacular. It's actually one of my favorite videos that we ever did. And it's a time of innocence for Rob and I. We didn't really know what we were doing with videos. We never even did a ghost hunt or anything like that. We were just doing urbex. And this is where it all started, guys. I hope you love this. Please check out our merchandise below at www.uguebrothers.com. Till next time, guys, let us know if you like these. Always go strong. Oh yeah, peace.